going to be super exciting as we get into game number 1 here between Stanley and Donald.
Actually, it seems like they're sporting the same guild logo pick, meaning they're guildies, they're friends.
Oh no,
It's
they know each other.
Yeah, it's like two bros fighting it out, like, oh no, I don't want to take you out, brother, but I have to.
This is like when you're in like an anime and there's like a tournament, right? And you end up meeting your friend at some stage. You got to be like, well, bro, I don't want to fight you, but I've got to win, and I'm going to win this tournament. So
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is going to be like top 10 Summoners War anime emotional moments. We're going to get the highlight reel going. We see the Ganny first pick coming in for Mr. Donald. Now, Stan, being his guildie, must know Donald's playstyle and runes very, very well. So how is he going to adapt to the Ganny pick? Will he be taking the Hathor here? Will he be taking the Fran? He is taking his time to think.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, Hathor and Verd being picked, apparently they were watching that last game because that Verd is so good. Oki and Sierra coming through here for Donald.
Very offensive lineup right now from Donald. Stan really needs to find a way to stack enough anti-CC or get the first turn priority himself. So we'll see what he decides to do here. So far, Vanessa is a pre-banned in the match, meaning there's the two best speed leaders are gone. So Stan goes for double anti-CC.
Wow, yeah, Wusa and Josephine here. So really afraid of the CC that could come out here from Donald's current cop. The Shiho potentially coming through here, and what's going to be Donald's last choice. Both players really taking their time because they know each other so well, I imagine.
I mean, Donald's being pretty offensive here, so I would like to see something just like that. That Tiana's a great pick. I'm interested to see if that will be moving in front of the Okeanos and if it'll be on crit damage or not. Stan right now, there are so many things that he wants to ban on Donald's side. This last pick is going to be tough.
Yeah, this is a really stacked lineup here. So the good news for Stan, I feel like, is he does have a lot of anti-CC available, but how is he going to deal with that potential damage coming through?
Well, he's going to deal with more RNG anti-CC unit. We're going to be seeing a battle of RNG right now here. Stan, how much can you resist and proc on your Entourage? And Donald, how many can you lock down without Stan procking?
Yeah, this is going to be really interesting here. And I feel like Stan's rolling the dice here, knowing that he needs to do something to possibly, it's like when you play any kind of game at a casino, right? Sometimes you're just there rolling the dice. You're going to put your money on the riskier investment with a hope of a bigger return.
Yeah, absolutely. So Stan's Vertihal gets banned out, meaning if his Josephine gets locked down, it is pretty much all up to Entourage to carry, given that Wusa and Hathor gets disabled as well. But we're about to see everything that's about to happen. The Shiho is going to go for perhaps a strip on Hathor. If he's confident in speed tuning, he is going to go for it.
All right, it's coming through here.
Oh, he lands the strip. That's so crucial on wind. And again, he moves right next to it.
Wow, really big stuff here for Donald out the gate. Now we're going to try and get that seal magic coming through.
Oh my gosh, that is such a questionable move. Why? Why do you reset Hathor there? It just doesn't make any sense to me because you already have immunity on 3 units. You took a risky play. Now Wusa's gonna... What? This Wusa's so slow.
Yeah, this is a really slow Wusa. Wusa having such that naturally high
but Wusa's
speed.
water.
Yeah.
And he might have the resist leaders. He goes for the stun, but he gets it. That's so lucky.
Wow, Donald here is getting all the RNG in his favor. The provoke does come through, which is a little decent, a little feather in the cap there for Stanley, but really it's not looking good.
Yeah, this Wusa needs to get locked down. He's going to go for the bomb. He can choose to not detonate, but he's going to go for it and gets the stun, and this Entourage also procs out of the stun.
All right, here comes the Monkey King. Getting some more damage and stuns in there. The Ventilate coming through here, using it on, I believe he used it on Oki, right?
Yeah, so he's going to have that stun up again. This Josephine has not been getting stunned at all. She who missed the stun on Josephine, he's going to have to try for it again because Oki missed as well. And again, this Josephine.
Wow, this Josephine is just resisting everything. We were trashing on her before. Now she might have hurt us because now she's looking pretty strong here for Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, he really needed that Oki to move there so that he can have that reset for the Wusa. However, Stan's going to put up immunity. This is looking really, really bad for Donald. But he actually goes for the bomb on Entrus, which could be a very good move here. He needs that Entrus gone.
Right, exactly. Still focusing down that Wusa a little bit as well. Some decent damage coming through here. That Oki is getting dangerously low.
Yeah, and he goes for the strip on Entrus, which I absolutely agree with. He needs to kill that unit, and once he kills that, even with the immunity on Stan's side, he can win, because there's not so much threat on Stan's side.
All right, the stun briefly came through there onto Oki. Now we're focusing back onto Antares here. Like you're saying, he seems to be the bigger threat right now, stacking up that continuous damage and those bombs on top of him. Oki just barely able to survive that.
Yeah, this Entrus has gotten healed to full HP. We'll see how much this bomb does.
Oh!
It does a massive amount of damage, but Entrus survives.
Wow, that was a lot of damage, and down goes Okeanos to sleep, coming through here onto Shiho as well. Now we're going to ventilate, and it will be used on Sierra, who's going to place some more bombs, and we're going to get those exploded.
That was a huge bomb that landed, but the attack break allows Entrus to keep living.
Crazy stuff there. Antares just able to hold on, and oh my gosh.
GG, boys. That is a tilting Hathor proc. We all deal with those. Hathor, she just needs one more turn on skill 3. She always procs.
It's crazy. Hathor today is procking all over the place. We saw Josephine really resist and tank up there. Really did a lot of help there for Stan team by keeping himself alive, not resisting those procs like I've been saying. And then Antares just able to barely survive long enough to pull him through.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of confidence being shown there in the speed tune from Gani, Shiho, and Oki. Because you got to keep in mind that Wusa has a scary base speed. He cuts in between a lot of things. But whatever the case, he went for the reset on Hathor, which I believe was a complete misplay, and he paid the price for making a really bad play.
All right, we're going to get into game number 2. Stanley takes game number 1. You can see last round's pre-bans were Gianna and Vanessa. So we're going to change things up a little bit, see what Donald wants to do to try to find a way to come back here and take a game off Stanley.
Yeah, so the Gianna, once again, not going to be available for both players. Hathor also going to be taken out this time, though. Now, Stan, last game, you've shown us some immunity comps. You're probably going to show us some heavy CC comp that we saw Donald just use, right? Because these players we were talking about, they have similar playstyles.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be really fascinating here. Stan really thinking about this one now. He can't just first pick Hathor. Going to go for the Ganymede himself this time. See if he can make that work a little bit better. And we'll see what Donald wants to do here. Is he going to try and make that Okeanos work again, or is he thinking something different? Yep, looks like he wants it.
Okeanos first pick, very, very interesting stuff coming out of Donald. So he does take it back.
Trolled us.
Which I agree with, because I don't really see the point in taking the Oki early, but he locks it in again.
With a Fran as well, okay. That's kind of interesting. We'll see what will happen with that. Stan now thinking about what he wants to do. We're going to see that Verd pick. No, it's going to be Josephine and Wusa again.
Yeah, those two are very strong against Okeanos. Maybe Donald pick up the Okeanos because he knows Stan likes to use it since they're guildies. However, he puts in the Vertihal and Ager. We finally see that monster today.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Ager. He comes out from time to time, and usually he's pretty strong. So we'll see what Donald... now it's on to Stanley. Stanley's got 2 more picks available for him here. What does he want? Oh my.
I believe that he should not be trying any type of super anti-CC that he's shown last game. He needs some type of threat right now. Oh, wow. That is going to be the Dark Horse coming in. I believe that might be your first time seeing that monster so far. As well as the Mei Hu Wang in there, which just completely gets hard countered by Ager. So we're going to be seeing Ager banned. Yeah, I think that might be correct. Yeah, we've seen the Fire Monkey from time to time. But yeah, we haven't seen that Dark Horse there. That's a new one there. Yeah, I mean, but right now, Donald picked Velodual last pick, which I don't really like. But I really don't like this Fran ban coming out of Stan either. Like, how are you going to deal with Vertihal and Ager, right? But now, he took out Donald's only main sustain. So it's going to be really interesting to see how that works out. Now, how this Dark Horse works is he's a stunning machine that gets attacked for every turn. However, with the Velodual in there, he's pretty much going to be doing nothing.
Yeah, so kind of interesting pick here from Stanley. We'll see if he can somehow make this work, he could roll the dice. He got it to work last time. Does get that stun proc right out the gate there onto Verd. All right, so not too bad.
The 1 in 4 chance to land the stun on each hit. He gets it. And the Bellijoul is slower than Josephine. This is so huge because now there's no immunity for Donald, meaning he's just about to get destroyed.
Yeah, this is looking so good for Stanley. Exactly the procs he needed came through. He's even got that armor break there onto Bellijoul. So now we're going to try the confiscate here from Ager. And not much going on there.
Yeah, and now he gets an additional turn, though. He's going to combo into another skill, too. Bellijoul, don't proc. Oh, my. Okay, I think I caster cursed that one. I apologize, Stan. It just happens every time. So I was just, my mind has PTSD from Bellijoul doing that, and he did it again.
Just crazy stuff here. Now we've got the immunity up here for Donald, and he's going to return some punishment. A lot of damage being done.
Oh, that Bellijoul proccing so much.
Oh my gosh, it is just looking really bad here for the Dark Horse. He is getting very, very weak. As is Bellijoul, though, but we'll see. The confiscate coming in on the Josephine this time. And it looks like that one, I believe, was resisted.
Yeah, so if I remember the Dark Horse's name, I forgot it for some reason. It is Amduat, so I'm going to start calling him Amduat. And we see that this Amduat landed the stun on Vertihal on turn 1, but since then has been able to do nothing whatsoever.
Yeah, nothing really going there from Amduat. I can't even pronounce it. Like the horses' names are hard to pronounce for a lot of them are.
Yeah, those are like Egyptian names.
I know. I don't speak Egyptian, guys. Turns out I live in South Korea, so I speak English and Korean, and that's about it. All right. Now we go over, and that is a dead Dark Horse here. Now we're going to start the focus onto Ganny. He's taking a bit of damage there, and this is looking pretty good for Donald.
Oh, this Ager is proccing so freaking much. Classic Ager, boys. He's going to get the double attack bar, meaning he's going to move again. Please, someone nerf this unit, for the love of God. I hate Ager.
Ager is so strong. We got the Verd once again, and this Ager is just doing work here for Donald. It's looking pretty desperate for Stanley at this point. Is there anything you can do, Peter?
No, this Ager is too good, man. There's nothing you can do.
Well, as we await the inevitable potentially here, Stanley's still going to fight it out. The Bellijoul does end up going down, so maybe there's some kind of hope here if something crazy goes happen.
That stun on Ager was absolutely huge, but however, Ager just going to have that skill 3 up again. I swear to God, Ager literally has a light dark nat 5 skill set because you watch him confiscate, gonna take 100% attack bar away, gonna get that additional turn into another 50% attack bar, another turn. Look at him.
Oh my God, he just keeps going.
That unit, dude.
Oh my God.
I hate it.
So good, so crazy. This is up GG, I believe, here for Stanley. Not much more he can do here. The Ager is going to finish it off. Oh my gosh.
How many times has he used that this match?
He didn't even need it that time. He didn't even need it, and he still, he could have won. He, like you said, just press the autoplay button, and he could have maybe won there, but it's just crazy Ager stuff there.
Just keeps moving. His cooldowns are super low. He has a heal. He's got everything. Like, I don't know. I don't know about you, but
so well balanced. And that's really scary here for Stan to see that Ager come out like that. Now do you got to consider being your pre-ban? And you said, and I think this was maybe a mistake from Stan here, that he should have banned the Ager.
Yeah, I mean, Ager was like the hyper carry there, so instead of going for the Amduat and whatnot, I would have liked to see more picks around dealing with the Vertihal in there, as well as the other picks that Donald had, rather than just putting in something weird and relying on banning Fran, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That was a bit strange, I think. All right, so this time Vanessa and Sierra are speed leaders, getting banned out here. First pick, I think it's Stan this time, right?
It's going to be Donald this time.
Or Donald.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is the 2 best speed leaders in the game are now gone. So we might be seeing a bit more unusual speed leader picks coming in if they decide to contest each other in speed. These players have been showing completely uncharacteristic drafts, so to say, so far. This is the last round. They got to pull out their strengths. They got to go with what gets them to this rank, right?
Yeah, and so this time it's going to be Stan taking the Verity, still relying on that Josephine, liked what he saw in game number 1 from her, so picking her up again. Now let's see Fran, and Donald's really like that Fran, but we'll see if Stan wants to ban it again this time, depending on how this one shapes out, as Donald considers this last pick, and it's going to be that Ager.
Yep, the monstrous Ager coming in. He knows that pick carried him last time, so might as well pick it up again. Stan showing last time that he is very poor at dealing with this Ager pick, so this time I hope he bans it or picks something to deal with it. Literally just put in a Diana and that could be good as well. But instead of Diana so early on, I would even like to see an Ethna pick. Okay.
All right, the Druid, we've seen him a lot, that Wind Druid, really, really powerful unit, and we got a Panda going there.
Yeah, I mean, he took my advice. He's aware of the Ager threat this time, so he picks 2 Wind, which is indeed a good way to deal with the Ager. However, Donald gonna respond very smartly, putting in the Perna as well as a Ganny to protect the Perna. Very well-rounded comp so far from Donald.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll see the Tyrannus there. We'll see exactly what Stan wants to do to follow up behind that pick. What are you thinking here, Peter?
I'm thinking more about how Stanley's draft is perfectly synergized right now. They got a little bit of everything, but Stan's draft is kind of all over the place. Now, he puts in the Wusa there, meaning he does have some immunity, but I don't think Wusa's a good pick into Gianna Ager. I really question Stan's draft skills here. Seems Donald has a better drafting skill, but we'll see what ends up coming out as the bans. I believe on the left side, we'll be seeing Gianna getting banned out, and Vertihal gets banned out.
All right, we are getting into game number 3, the deciding game between Stanley and Donald, the guild mates, going at it, seeing if Stan can somehow come back here after that crushing loss in game number 2. We get ready to kick things off here. Yeah, I really like this Ager stuff that Donald is doing, and of course Fran is just all around amazing.
Yeah, I mean, this time he's got an attack buff for the Ager. Not only that, he's got Perna in there, so he's got double high damage carry. And if you look at Stanley's side, he just has pretty much 4 tanks. So how is he going to put up enough damage output to deal with this hyper carry? Well, this Wusa's on Violent. That's a good start.
All right, so the Wusa is on Violent. So getting,
oh my gosh. That resist on the provoke, meaning the attack buff going to be coming up.
Yeah, he really wanted to land that provoke, but now the immunity and the attack buff is allowed here, because Fran doesn't just have to default you onto Josephine, and now the Ager stuff coming through.
Yeah, he lands double strip onto the Wusa there. I'm wondering though if it would have been just better to strip the Wind Druid and then reset him with the Ganymede later. But whatever the case right now, Druid, he has a choice of putting that Soul Protect on Wusa, and he's gonna go ahead and do it.
All right, yep, exactly what happened there. The Soul Protect comes through, and now we're in the Beast form here for the Druid, as now we have the Perna's turn, and the Flame Nova's coming in, and decent damage. Nice crit there.
Yeah, I mean, Perna, her most famous thing, right? Her claim to fame is critting on water. She's known as the Elemental King, the Elemental God, and this Ager is laying out the procs and the damage.
Oh boy, I don't know if Wusa is going to be long for this world here for Stanley. Trying to get it going here. I believe that was the ventilate there.
That's a really nice stun.
Stun, big stun on the Ager.
But I'm not sure if you noticed that, but something very crucial to note here is that the Ager stripped away the Soul Protect, meaning Wusa's going to die now into a cleanse from Fran. This Wusa is most definitely going to die now.
All right, we do get a little bit of damage done to Ager here. Trying to focus him down. Decent damage coming through from Tyrannus there.
Perna, are you going to crit again? Oh my god, Perna taking back her Elemental King title, and wow!
Oh my gosh, it procs again for Ager. Ager is the hero for Donald here. Wusa is down, and desperate is Stanley.
Yeah, I mean, this is brutal, man. Freaking Ager just proccing every time, Perna critting every time. Stan must be super duper tilted. And the thing to notice about Ager is he does even not only strip buffs, but he takes that and applies it into his own buff. So he has Soul Protect on him, but he's going to lose that on this turn, meaning this Ager is actually going to go down.
Okay, well, maybe Stanley's still in this here. We'll see. But like you said, there isn't a ton of damage available for Stanley. Whereas even if you take that Ager down, you still have the Perna available for Donald. Plus, you've got the Gaining Fran
Another
combo.
crit!
Oh,
wow.
my God.
This is ridiculous.
Go home. Go home.
The Ager survives!
Oh,
wow!
No.
This is, I believe you should be going for the cleanse here. That's the right move. Don't third skill cleanse that.
All right.
Oh, he took my advice.
Yep. 100%.
Look at this Ager. He doesn't
Crazy.
die.
It's just crazy.
Oh, and he procs again. I'm done. I am done. I'm out of my chair.
Peter is absolutely losing his mind over here. This Ager is tilting him out of his chair.
I'm not even playing and I'm tilted. Look at this Ager.
Crazy, crazy stuff here from Donald. This is looking super desperate for Stanley, but these guys play these out. It seems like that's kind of the style here in this region for the Hong Kong players, especially.
Another Brock.
Oh my God.
Oh,
it's just
right.
why. Oh my. It's just a. I just assume it props at this
And
point.
another Brock. Okay. All right then.
Well, Peter.
We see Donald, he has equipped 6 violent sets on each of his units there. Usually people put 4 violent runes on a unit and then a 2-set rune, but this guy put 6 violent runes on his Ager, it seems. And the Perna having like 3 different elements, I guess. I guess his Perna is water, fire, and wind, right?
Yeah. This is about all she wrote here. Stanley is going down. It is going to be Donald who overtakes him. Great game.